right? Just refer to this table. I think we discuss about this operator. First, this is arithmetic operator, exponent, and then you can see the not is bitwise operator. Then you can see the plus and minus, unary operator. Unary operator means it has only one operand and one operator. So what is that? What is operand basically? Operand කියන්නේ operation එකට භාජනය වන කෙනා. Right? So please write down if you don't know. If you don't know about that, please write down somewhere. Here, if I say 5 plus 4, so 5 is operand, 4 is operand, and plus is operator. Right? Please write down somewhere if you don't know. 5 is operand, 4 is operand, and plus is operator. And what about this 5 plus 7 into 4? So what are the operands? What are the operators? What are the operands and what are the operators? Yes. What are the operands and what are the operators? Ute, you have to answer.
7.
4, yes, 4, 7, and 4 are what? Operands or operators? Operand. 4, 7, and 4 are operands. And plus and multiplication is, those are operators, right? And unary operator means, if something is unary means, binary means you have 2. Here 5 into 7, it's a binary. At least you need 2. 4 into 7. Oh, 5 into 7 minus 10. You can see 5 into 7 and that minus 10. That is called binary. So these are called binary operators. Binary means 2 operands are participating and 2 operands are. So operator is between these 2 operands. Operator is between these 2 operands. The operator is between these 2 operands. We call binary operator. Okay, if you don't know that also, please write down what is a binary operation. Binary operation is not bitwise operation, right? Don't confuse. Binary means 2 operands are participating with the one operator. One operator is there. The right side and left side, you have 2 operands. Right side, left side, 2 operands, and one operator is there. So that is called binary operation. But unary operation means this plus 10. It's just 10 minus 10. That is also 10 minus 10. So those are unary. And this is not 10. That is also unary. So those are called unary. Right? These are the examples for. So maybe in this table itself, you can write down. So unary operands, plus 10, minus 10, not 10. Those are unary operands. Unary. Those are called unary. And these are binary, right? Multiplication, division, we'll discuss. What is percentage mark? Percentage mark is for? Yes. Come on, tell me.
Modulus.
Modulus. Yes, modulus means the integer remainder. And what is do division or floor division? 2 division marks or the floor division will give you the. Yes. Floor value of integer division. That means if you divide 8 by 3, the floor value is 2. It's not 2.6. It's giving the floor value 2. And then you have the addition, subtraction, binary operation, shifting, bitwise shifting. We learned last week, right shifting and left shifting. And then bitwise and bitwise O, XO and bitwise O. And these are assignment operators, comparison operators, less than or equal to, less than, greater than or equal to, and there are not equal to operation, equal to operation and not equal to operation. Those are also comparison operators. And then you have assignment operators. That means equal mark together with any of these operators. Called assignment, equal mark together with any of these operations. And then we discuss about these kind of operators. Is not in, is in, is not. Is not in, is in, and not in, not and. The not and are the logical operators. Is in, is not in, we discuss about that. So for an example, you can say D in the sun, it says yes, it's there. If I ask, tell me K in the sun, it says fall. But if I can ask K not in, then it says true. So in and not in operators. We discussed about this also in the last week. Okay with the operators? In operators also, it's a big syllabus, no? I think now you are okay with that. Or do you have any doubts? Still, if you have doubts, I can explain, right? So it's totally up to you. Come on, guys, talk, right? I want you to talk, because don't make it a regular class. Make it a discussion, Pute. So don't make it a regular class where I am delivering my lecture and you are listening like nothing. So then this will become a whole class. And I know the nature of A-level student. I know the nature of A-level student. That is usual, but be unusual. Right? Don't be usual, be unusual. So because the usual people want, that ordinary people will always suffer being ordinary, because they cannot do new things. They cannot innovate. They are not going to be leaders. They are going to be workers. They are not going to be rulers, leaders. So try to be extraordinary. Don't be ordinary. Try to be extraordinary. So talk. Let's discuss. Do the discussion. And so basically, why you have this nature, I know that. So grade 1, just remember how you perform in grade 1. You were asking a lot of questions. I have my kid, and I know he's not even in grade 1, but he's asking a lot of questions, the same question again, and again, until he understands. He asks from me. So that is the nature of kid, right? So what happen if we ignore? So if we ignore, he will reduce the number of questions. Or if we punish, that will also reduce the number of questions that he asks. So basically in grade 1, 2, you were asking crazy questions. Your teacher was really upset and angry about that. Maybe when you ask in a crazy question in grade 4, 5, your teacher will be really angry. So in grade 7, 8 or 9, if you're asking question, teacher will tell that don't ask questions, don't shout. So you are completely silent, and when you come to grade 11, you are halfway gone. So when you are in grade 12 and 13, you all are dead bodies, right? That is the thing, that is the reality. So as a university lecturers, when we were working in the university, we used to call, okay, next intake we will get set of dead bodies. Now we have to energize those dead bodies. අපිට තියෙන අර මැරිච්ච මිනි වලට පණ දෙනවා වගේ වැඩක් තියෙන්නේ universities වල. මොකද that is called unlearning process. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉගෙන ගත්ත ඒවා learn කරපු එක unlearn කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ learn කරලා තියෙන විදිහේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් හින්දා, ඒක spoon feed style එකක් හින්දා, කියපු දේම මතක තියාගෙන හින්දා බණ භාවනා කරලා වගේ නෙවෙයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉන්නේ, බණ අහලා වගේ, භාවනා කරලා වගේ නෙවෙයි, බණ අහලා වගේ. එතකොට නිකම්ම recipe එක විතරයි දන්නේ. You know what your teacher told. So then you have some process called unlearn. So you know what, when you are in like 18 years old, if you completed your 18th year, 18 to 28 සාමාන්‍ය ලංකාවේ ළමෙක් unlearn කරනවා. ඉගෙන ගත්ත ඒවා අයින් කළා දානවා. ඒකල අලුත් ඒවා ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. That is for living. Because the things that you learned from grade 1 to grade 18, only few are useful for living. Others are not useful for living. අනිත් ඒවා ජීවත් වෙන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. ජීවත් වෙන්න අවශ්‍ය දේවල් අඩුවෙන් තමයි ඔයාලා ඉගෙන ගන්න ඉස්කෝලේ. ඉතින් ඊට පස්සේ මොකද කරන්නේ? 18න් පස්සේ ඒවා අමතක කරලා දාලා අලුත් ඒවා ඉගෙන ගන්න. ඒ 18න් පස්සේ ඉගෙන ගන්න දේවල් තමයි ජීවත් වෙන්න ඕන වෙන්නේ. So basically you start your life by age 28. That is the typical Sri Lankan student. Typical Sri Lankan student. So you start your life by age 28, but that time you have to marry. Then you will die for the second time. First time you are dead because of the syllabuses and examinations. The second time, because of marriage, you are gone. Then you try to wake up, but still it's very difficult. And so you all try hard, do private jobs, do government jobs, and trying hard to get up. And when your children are adults, when they are 18 only, you can get up from that. And by that time, you are medically dead. So actually, we will die 3 times in our life. Because of education process and tiredness, we will die 1 time. The second time we will die because of our marriages and our unwanted marriage functions, because it is too much complicated in Sri Lanka. So you have to spend at least 1 or 2 million for marriage. So that is too much complicated. You will die for the second time. And after marriage also you'll die. And then you try to wake up by then maybe after pension, you are free. You think you are free, but it's not. You are medically not really in a good position to carry on your own tasks. You cannot see, you cannot walk, you cannot talk properly, you cannot eat properly. So those complications will be there by when you are 55. So you are living very short life, you and me. It's around, so in childhood we are living, yes. To be honest, our childhood is really wonderful. When we were in grade 1, 2, 3, it's wonderful, wonderful life. So that time we were living. After 18, we will live for few years, 1 or 2 years we will live. After 28, or again 1 or 2 years we will live. So altogether we will be living like maximum 15 years of life. So that is the story. හරිද? ඒක තේරුම් අරගෙන ටිකක් වැඩිපුර ජීවත් වෙන්න බලන්න ඊට වැඩිය. අපි නැත්තම් අවුරුදු 55 කැටපාට ජීවත් වුණාට ඇත්තටම අපි ජීවත් වෙන්නේ අවුරුදු 10ක් විතර. අපිට ඕන විදිහට සතුටින් ජීවත් වෙන්න ඒ වගේ කාලයක්. අනිත් කාලේ අපි ජීවත් වෙන්නේ අනිත් මිනිස්සුන්ව සතුටු කරන්න, අනිත් මිනිස්සුන්ට අවශ්‍ය දේවල් කරන්න, ලෝකෙට ඕන දේවල් දෙන්න තමයි අනිත් කාලේ අපි වැය කරන්නේ. That means 45 years of our life we spend for others. Only 10 years of our life we will spend for us. So make it somewhat longer. That can be done by enjoying the life. ඒක කරන්න නම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉතින් ඔහොම නිකන් කට වහගෙන ඉඳලා බෑ. Let's make it a discussion. මේක ඩිස්කෂන් එකක් කරගමු. එතකොට අපිට පුළුවන් පොඩ්ඩක් ඔයාලා දෙන උත්තර වලට මටත් සමහරට hina යන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයාලටත් hina යන්න පුළුවන්. කමන්නේ. So that way we can enjoy the lesson. Otherwise this is stress, no? I don't know. This is stress. මම නම් හිතන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේක ස්ට්‍රෙස් එකක් අහන් ඉන්නවා කියන්නේ. වදයක් නේ. එහෙම නොවි මේක අපි බලමු පොඩ්ඩක් ජොලිය කරන්න වැඩේ. ඔයාලගේ සපෝට් එක ඕනේ ඉතින් ඒකට මට. You have to talk. Otherwise again I will be මමත් භාගයට මැරෙනවා ඔයාලත් භාගයට මැරෙනවා මේක ඉවරයි. That's the thing. Okay, so let's move. I think we learn about these things. Is there any question that you want to ask? තාමත් කතා කරන්න. Is there any question that you want to ask from these sections? මෙහෙම යහන්න මොකක් කරේ ගොන් ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්න. අපි කියන්නේ එවනේ. It's okay. Ask any kind of stupid question. Won't matter because I'm here, you are here. So no one is there and no one is seeing our faces. So then what's the matter? Right? Don't think what others think. අනිත්‍යම මෙහෙම හිතයිද දන්නේ මම මැටි කියලා හිතයිද දන්නේ. කමන්නේ කවුරු හරි ඕන එකක් හිතපු දෙන්න. Lord, don't let others to control your feel. Control your life. Smile for you. Don't smile for others. Try for you, but don't try for others. No questions. Hello, guys.
No.
Okay. No questions. So it seems everything perfectly happened. So I'm really happy. And you are also happy, right? It's okay. So then, so let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next one. And after this, actually we have to learn so basically we learned few concepts. We started with this flow chart, I guess. As I remember, we start with this one, sequence. And we learned this is the initial flow chart that we went through. And then we have discussed 2 more things related to these flow charts, that is selection and repetition. Right, please write control structures. Control structures. Control structures. Heading is control structures. And under that, sequence. Instructions are executed one after another. Instructions are executed one after another. That is called sequence. We already did some examples related to sequence. Okay, let's do another one as an ice break, and let's start doing small exercise related to sequence. ABC supermarket, please write down ABC supermarket selling pencils, pens, books, and lunch boxes. So it's not a supermarket, only selling few products, it seems. But to make the problem less complex, I have included only four products, right? Because if it is like 4 products, it's not a supermarket, it's a kind of petty kade. But I have to make it less complex, that's why I have added 4 products, right? Cost of pencil is 10 rupees. Cost of pen is 20 rupees. Cost of a book and lunch box is cost of cost of a book and lunch box are 50 and 250 rupees consecutively. Cost of a book is like 50 and cost of lunch box is 250 rupees. Sorry, respectively, right? Sorry for my bad English. So this was there from like when I was in. So yes, when I was in grade 1, I got 100 out of 100 for English. Grade 2, 100 out of 100. Grade 3, 100 out of 100. Grade 4 also I got 100 out of 100 for English. And grade 5, I got 96 out of 100. That was a disaster. Catastrophe, disaster. Because I lose 4 marks. And I can remember how my mother scolded me for losing 4 marks. Then after grade 5 scholarship, I have changed my school. And fortunately or unfortunately, my English teacher, he was a Muslim guy. Oh, so we cannot say guy, no, Muslim sir. So what happened actually, he couldn't speak even a single word. He used to speak English only. He couldn't speak single actually. Fortunately or unfortunately, that has happened. Then grade 6, I got a very good score. I can remember the figure. Yes, it is the second lowest mark in my school, which is 28 out of 100. Wonderful, no? So you can imagine the situation when I went home. So grade 5, I got 96, and grade 6, it was 28 out of 100, which is the second lowest. අනිත් පැත්තෙන් පළවෙනිය වෙන්න තිබ්බ chance එක යාන්තම් මිස් වුණා. Second lowest mark in my school. And so then I realized, I understood that the level of my English language, because if somebody is talking to me in English, then I'm really, I couldn't understand anything at that time. And gradually with the time, gradually with the time, I can remember in the grade 11, I got 84 out of 100, and 4 levels I got 8. And A-level time, we didn't go to any English period, because we had English period, but we were focusing about like more, you call more hard or difficult subjects, because I did biology. biology, physics, and chemistry. So I never went to English classes. So as a result, when I was entered to the university in 2006, I went to internal university. My internal university was Uvavellasse. I was there in the first batch, but I went in biology scheme. And I can remember that time they used to teach us everything in English. Even Tamil they taught us in English. Even history they taught us in the first year we had to learn all the subjects: accounting, Tamil, English, history, Buddhism, Buddhist civilization, social science, mass media, everything we had to learn in the first semester. But all the subjects were delivered in English medium. So you know what has happened? Again, we were really struggling, and only thing we could do is praying, because we know what will happen. But after some time, again, I have developed my language skills. Now, again, after some time, now it's like I'm using my language for some time. I can manage that, but unfortunately, I'm not an English teacher. I'm not very good in English. I can manage. So sometimes I'll miss some wording, right? So please forgive me for that, because I'm not an English teacher, and I'm not really good because I never went to classes to get an English diploma or higher diploma or nothing. So I learned in single medium school, but I did my degree in English medium universities. So one is Uvavellasse, the second one is Colombo University, where I got the first class for BIT computer science degree, Bachelor of Information Technology degree, and then I did my master's in Perawilli University. I never shared the story before. I just shared because even though I learned biology, I changed my subject scheme. Even I went to the biology, went to university in biology. I later changed my subject scheme to English, sorry, IT, which is one of my favorites, and that is how I developed my English language skills. But it is also not good. IT හින්දා develop වෙච්ච English එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. ඒ හින්දා English වල පොඩි පොඩි වැරදි තැන් ඇති. ඒවා හිතන්න එපා. හරි. So get the idea, right? Get the idea. Supermarket selling pencils, pen, books, lunch boxes. Cost is given. What you have to find? You have to find now. Okay, let's say calculate the bill. Calculate the bill by taking number of pens, pencils, books, lunch boxes as inputs. Calculate the bill by taking number of pens, pencil, books, lunch boxes as inputs. Okay, please do this quickly. So you have to draw the flow chart. Draw the flow chart, then draw the pseudo and write pseudocode and Python code. I can assist you, but you have to talk. If you talk, I can assist. Otherwise, not. Otherwise, you have to do it alone. Or you can ask any stupid question that you would like to ask. So that is okay. You will think that as stupid, but for me, it's not. Sometimes your questions, you know what? Sometimes from your questions, I'm learning. You don't know that, no? So please ask questions and talk. Okay, let's proceed. So I'll give you the time. Think and do it along. Then I'll give my support. I think you can remember the symbols. These are the symbols used in flowcharts. Okay, you can see these are the symbols used in flowchart, and an example is also given. So I think you can remember the starting symbols. Start and stop symbols are shown using this, and then the ellipse, and the process is rectangle. Input output is parallelogram. Decision is a diamond, and connector is a circle, oval, or the data flow is shown using arrows. And you have an example too. Please follow the same and can do the question.